Trying to find inspiration for your fall wedding without getting overwhelmed? Hi, my name is Amanda. Here at Humble Burdock Farms, we help you connect to color, creativity, and flowers. Right now, we are going to share all the details on autumn color palettes, textures, and bridal bouquet shapes to inspire your wedding. So why get married in the fall at all? Because it is beautiful. It is the time of harvest, of pumpkins and apples, and the leaves changing colors. It's such a magical period of time, and that's why I really love fall. So here are some brighter bouquets. And fall is a great time really just to dial up that color. The pinks and reds, the oranges and yellows, even the purples. Just embrace it if you love color. So this wedding was a bit more elegant with the silver tones of Dusty Miller and eucalyptus, a Brunia with seed pods, whites and yellows. So this was the bridal bouquet with the whites and the yellows. And then as you'll see with the bridesmaids, the bride decided to take out the whites and just allow them to have a bit more color. What's really interesting is that also for the table flowers, we are able to dial up on that color and create something really beautiful and interesting. Chrysanthemums, hydrangea, Chinese lanterns, and mums. So you'll see these nice rounded arrangements. It's a great time to bring out metals to really bump up some color and give some warmth to your wedding decor. So for the gentlemen, we've got really popular flowers that are straw flowers and cressipedias or billy balls in the back. They're really great flowers for boutonnieres just because they're sturdy, they last a long time through all of the hugs of the ceremonies. Another interesting thing you can do is pocket boutonnieres. So they're not actually pinned on and they're a little bit more, they've got a bit more personality and you can just stick them into your pocket if you're going for a more casual wedding. It really just depends on your choice. So you'll see this bouquet is a fall bouquet because it has cool pinks in it. So that's just something interesting that you can work with instead of standard colors. So it's just the blue, cool background of the pink flowers like the dahlias and the lisianthus. It's almost a purpley pink. Another really interesting element is herbs, so sage and rosemary are included. In these bouquets, it's really interesting just the different combinations of pink. So you've got a bit more texture and personality working together. The bridal bouquet is the bottom right one, you'll see. So you really can use any color that you love during fall. And it's just the different types of flowers that are available, like dahlias and zinnias. There's so many pretty options that you wouldn't think of. I really love burgundy flowers. So this is more of an upright bouquet. So we've got Queen's and Lace or Daria. There's heather, a few hints of purple in here just to give it a bit more personality. So flower bouquets don't have to be one or two flowers. Just being able to give your florist some flexibility in her flower selection really will allow your bouquet to have a lot of personality. Another great bouquet that's very popular right now is the Cascade style. So they're harder to photograph, but they're just as interesting and beautiful. And it's really just those elements, the dark calla lilies and the dark dahlias with the grasses and the lisianthus greenery that really just add to this and give it some personality so it's not your standard cut bouquet, because you deserve to have a special, unique bouquet. Other colors that really come out in fall are dark reds. So you want to make sure that they're paired with more silvery greens or kind of burgundy greens, just to give it a bit more personality, because I know you don't want a Christmas wedding or you would have gotten married at Christmas. I really love dark purple as a wedding color for autumn because it pairs so beautifully with white and green and so many other colors of the rainbow. So for these rounded arrangements, we use them at the wedding ceremony first, and then we move them into the reception space so we could multitask task with them. I really love when you can do multiple things on your wedding day with the flowers you have. And I think with dark purples, there's cream colors that work really well. There's even deep, darker purples hidden in this bouquet. And there's some really interesting greenery. So this bouquet was like the simple, sweet bouquet for a bride. She didn't want anything overly large, but I was able to make it interesting with the types of grasses available and just the different textures and elements. So what's really interesting about this oversized statement bouquet is that it doesn't have focal flowers. So there's no big flowers that your eyes are drawn to. Instead, it's this mixture of chaotic colors and textures coming together. And it's a really beautiful, interesting piece. Not for every bride, I totally understand, but it's just interesting. And it shares the abundance of fall. So using some of the colors that come up, like the Weigelia foliage kind of in the back of this bouquet and the globe thistle, just trying to bring in different autumn colors into your wedding scheme can really make it feel seasonal and feel special, and allows for interesting combinations. So as we know, greenery will never go out of style, no matter what the season is. This bride didn't really love flowers as much as she really loved eucalyptus and silvery foliage. So just pairing some smaller white flowers within the greenery really just allowed it to breathe and open up a bit. It's another great tip is to choose different colored ribbon to add a pop of color. So coming up is more of our neutral fall bouquets. Some of the more popular flowers that have been showing up are definitely types of hydrangea and the dark centered anemones, which are kind of right in the middle of the photograph. It's also a great opportunity. This bride used ribbon from or lace from her mother's wedding gown. So it just adds a special element to the wedding that you can pass on even if you can't wear the dress. This is just that abundance of flowers being showcased. So there's lisianthus, there's dahlias, there's snapdragons, there's gomphrena, hydrangea. I see scabiosas in there, sweet peas, white lavender. There's so many types of flowers that are available, especially to flower farmers and specialty designers. So you really need to ask and keep a little bit of a flexibility available. This is a really beautiful bouquet just because it's blush with the darkers, the dark burgundies and the whites. It's one of my favorite color combinations. So this is a more cascading but oversized bouquet that we're seeing is popular. So it's full with dahlias and garden roses, zinnias, and some of the more interesting elements that made it special were actually having hops and tomatillos. So don't be afraid to try something a little different. You can put your bouquet in a basket. You can have a brass ring arrangement instead. There's so many different ways in which you can incorporate fall and seasonality, but also your personality. So make sure to click like and pop I do in the comments if you're getting married. And don't forget to click subscribe for new videos each Tuesday. I'm Amanda, and thanks so much for watching.